Hi everyone, Lensman Oz here. Welcome to episode 18 of my Modular Mayhem Let's Play series. Now, today, I've been having a few little FPS issues and I'm trying to work my way through it. So hopefully it doesn't lag out too much. But yeah, it's an ongoing thing, and I mean, it's alright at the moment, but yeah. I don't want to lose the texture pack though. I've tried some of the other texture packs around and it just doesn't quite look as nice, and I'm trying to make this look nice as well as be playable, I guess. In the between episodes, Iskandar's put out a update for the pack. So now there are recipes for some of this stuff that wasn't there before. So I mean, some of them are a little bit over the top, but this is all standard recipes here. I don't believe he's changed any of them. So I will get into making some extra bits and pieces for my power suit. We've got some of these other things, the generators and the cooling, because it will eventually need to worry about cooling, and I need to get a few more of these energy shields and ditch the diamond plating, but I'll work on that a bit later. What I want to do is firstly sleep through the night, and then I'll show you a few of the things that I haven't done a heap in between episodes, but mainly just tidying up and trying to process some of the junk I've got here. Now you may have noticed a lot of these drawers are starting to get empty. I've set up auto smelting to a degree. After watching Iskandar's video and deciding, yeah, that's a pretty good idea, is to not so much auto output. I think he comes straight out of here into his furnaces. I still go into the AE system, but I've moved the chest and everything and the import bus, and what I've done, you can see it through here, and I'll go downstairs in a second. I've put an interface in. But pretty much, we've got an export bus here that exports some of our dusts into this chest, and from there I've got just a relocator with a one-way output. So it's the blocked output, I think it's called, just to pump into these, so far, 4 furnaces. I may put another one in here, but I'm thinking this one may get automated with an interface on the side of it, so that we can, once we get to auto crafting, which is maybe going to be this episode or possibly the next one, I'm not 100% sure. I was either going to work on auto crafting today or getting some power storage just for the future. So at this point, this one here will probably get automated with auto crafting so that we can just smelt. I need some glass. It'll just push sand into it and pull it out the bottom. So I'll head downstairs, and I've been trying to tidy up a bit here. I've taken a bit more of the floor out, and I've started doing some walls. I'm just doing this concrete with the bottom layer being the partly weathered concrete. So these are 2 different chisel choices. So this whole bottom layer is with this darker bit at the bottom. I thought it blended quite nicely into these small weathered blocks on the floor. I just like the extra speed I get, even with the power suit. I like the extra speed I get using concrete as well. So you can see here, I have coming out from underneath all of these furnaces are just relocators with auto export basically, and they just run along through here. Each of these are blocked ones, so they can't just push it back up into the next furnace along. And they just come down to this interface. So that's only using one channel for the output for both the sifter and all of these furnaces, just to save on AE channels. You can see here I'm only using 3. So one's the interface, one's the export bus onto the chest, and the other one's actually this export bus here, which I've started trying to pop up on here somehow. Started trying to work out how to make it so that the rubble and any chunks that are overloaded, which is why I had that pipe here. Going to this chest. I don't think the fuzzy works the way I want it to. I was hoping that by putting one in here, it would take into account that these are all the same ID number, but just with a different, I think it's meta. The value at the end is different, basically. So I'm not sure what I need to do to get that to work, or whether that's intended or not. With the update, the only thing I've had to repair so far in between is I had to rerun this cable from the immersive integration ME cabling. I had to take all these cables down. Didn't have to move any of the connectors. Just had to take the cables back down. That flickering's pretty unnerving. I'd take the cables down and reattach them just to get it to resync. For some reason it wouldn't resync. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure why. As I said, that's the only thing that I've found that was an issue so far. And you know, if that's it, then excellent. This is working quite nicely. I've gotten rid of all my backlog of junk, and I pretty much, as I was cleaning out this room, I was throwing a lot of it in here and just processing it through. My choice of maybe using stone for the tank, maybe not the best one at the time, but you know, I'm just going to leave it like this, and I'll just put the concrete around it. I've got to finish the wall off here. Probably also going to go away from using these MV connectors. I might start using Galacticraft cabling. I thought I had some on me. Might run cables across here and just neaten it up a bit, because it's going to get a bit messy if I continue using these. And maybe build it into the ceiling or something. Because I think I'll put a layer of a ceiling up here somewhere. I'm going to cover up some of the pipework. Alright, so what should we do with this episode? Should we do the Zetta Industries big battery? This battery controller here requires these battery walls, power taps, electrodes. I don't need that one. So now we can blocks of gold, blocks of graphite. I've got to smelt a bunch of charcoal. So yeah, I'm not sure whether to go with this. Alright. And you can use different liquids inside the battery. I don't know if there's actually a book for Zetta Industries or anything like that. So it's in the whichever one it is. There's a button here somewhere. This one. Is it in here? No, it doesn't seem to be. I think that's just I to get into this wiki. In-game wiki, which is you get Modular Craft and Craft. Open modular turrets, which I might get into. I think that's part of the reason I left the gap around the edges of the roof up here. We can put some turrets up there. Yeah, so now let's work on this. So let's get some blocks of charcoal, because I know we've got tons of it. Got a whole barrel over here. No, don't hold shift for the jabber barrels. We'll do. We'll make some of this graphite. I don't think I need this much. Probably only need, depends how big I'm going to make it. So let's have a look here. Sorry, just figured I'd see if I can get the wiki up on my other screen. That way we can work out how to do this. Now, Iskandar did do it in his video, so if you want to see it, go there as well. I'll do my best to explain it. So one of the things you can put inside, and I believe this is the better thing to put inside, is this sulfurous acid. And you can see there, take a block of sulfur, throw it in a pool of 3x3 water and ignite. I think that gives you this. Let's just do this here. Okay, big battery can be anything from 5x3x3 to 32x32x32. It's huge. I don't think we need that big a battery, but okay. So we're going to need to make. We'll make a bunch of these. Oh my gosh. Maybe we won't be making this episode. I need to make a whole bunch of endearing. Right. So what I might do is I'll cut the video here. I will go away and get the materials I require to make a decent size one of these big batteries. And we'll be back in just a tick. Alright, well I'm back. Change of plans. That's not going to work in this episode. So, problem is, at the moment, the battery controller and the power tap and a few other bits and pieces require compressed sawdust, which also, so that comes from sawdust. We can't make pulverizers, and we can't make sawmills. So I have sent a message to Iskandar to find out how we can fix this. But because of the way the pack's done, he didn't want, you know, single item blocks. So these cannot be crafted. You can't craft a basic sawmill, and same with the pulverizer. So I've tried throwing it into the magnetocraft crusher and the nucleocraft one, and it doesn't work. So till I can get some info back and work how to get sawdust, or a recipe change needs to happen, for example, maybe. I thought we would firstly try and get this stuff hooked up, and then work a little bit on automation of autocrafting. So I'm going to run a new cable. This will probably end up being dense cable, but for the moment I'm just sort of running it over so I can get power back into these machines. So the idea is that this is all going to be automatic, and so this one here is the growth chamber, so we can put an interface on here to create your pure fluix, nether, quartz, etc. And then we're going to have, this one will be just for silicon. This one will be, actually I might put that, I'll put it down the bottom. Whoop, whoop. Oh, must go on the top, I guess. So it'll be for, oh, what was that one? Calculation, engineering, what else here? And this one should be logic. And then this end one will be where it all gets put together. So at the moment I've just got some silicon in here. And it'll be a case of, we'll have an interface here that'll push into this. And get us all the good stuff. So I'm going to need some more cable. And I'm going to need to get some buses. And we'll get this little bit hooked up. And I'll be back with you in a tick. Right, so slowly getting there. I've got a bit of cable hooked up and made a heap of dense cable here. I've made a couple too many, so now I'm going to make some more of this fluix cable. I have 7 import buses, 7 interfaces. Now the idea is I want to put an import bus on each of these. So I think it's got to be this side actually. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully we can Yeah, we'll just put it on this side. 3, 4, 5, and I'll just put that on there just for continuity. I'm trying to, what we might, trying to work out the best way of doing this. I was kind of hoping I could get away with, it'll work. Get away with putting an interface directly on here and then an import bus directly out. So I'm hoping that'll work. Right, so got a little bit more pure fluix. What else do I need to do? I needed a little bit of redstone. Need to make one more diamond processor. So that'll just quickly that. So what that's for is I'm going to need a pattern terminal. So that is somewhere here, this one. Right, so that's the pattern terminal. I'm just going to plop that here for the moment. And that's so we can write our patterns so it knows what to do. So we're going to need blank patterns. They're in here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Cells, housing, blank pattern. Right. Always do that. First pattern I make is always of a blank pattern. It looks like I don't have enough quartz glass in here. Let's see. Yeah, now I'm missing quartz glass. So let's quickly make some of that. I'll make another one of these for the moment. Perhaps that should have been the quartz glass one. Anyway, so that's going to be for when I need to get the crafting storage things done. Yep. So first things first, we needed a couple more bits of cable. Now, what else? Might actually glass. To get some more of that done. All right, that should keep us. That'll keep us going for a while. So let's try and get this hooked up. And I've got a lot of junk in my inventory. Junk. I'll get rid of you and you. This nether rack can go downstairs, I think. Throw it in here. I ran to the nether and got some more nether quartz because I was running a little low here, and I've added it to my patterns here. So, you see there now it says nether quartz as well, which if you remember is just the five pieces in here analyzed, and it takes 3. So we've got 2,000. So we should be good. So if I ever want to do, I can make a bunch of that. So let's see here. We need to put some cables in. We need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and I plan to put the interfaces hopefully on the top. So let's see. Can I do this? Yes. Oops. So interfaces are going on top. Sorry about that. Base. Mainly because it's now being supplied power by this side. Trying to keep this nice. Not so much compact, but just, a bit clean and tidy. So let's move X over 1. See if we can do the same deal here. There. Port bus. Now I'm not sure if I think I have to put this here. You and you. Right, so they should all be powered now and ready to rock and roll. One more thing I need to put on this one though is an export bus to always put printed silicon in. Alright, so let's go upstairs. I need an export bus. That one. I'll need a piston. Awesome. The export bus. Go there. I'll just that. The idea with that one is that I will tell it to export printed silicon. Now what I can do is let's make a crafting card. Are these? I don't know if I've got any of the I don't have any of the cards at the moment. Need to make one of these. And I will need to make the crafting table. So this will just make it so that once we get the auto crafting set up, which I guess is next. How many channels we got here? 14 of 32. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here. So I can get 2 more items on that cable. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one's maxed. And if I put a smart cable here, so I might do that. Grab a couple of smart cables. I do like using the smart cables just mainly at the end of a run. So you've got a string leading back to, in this case, the dense cable. And I like to put the smart cable right at the end, so you know, without using, I mean, okay, it's not a lot more resources, it's a bit of wool and a bit of glowstone and a redstone, but at least then you don't need the whole cable being smart cable, in my opinion. If I put this here, once it synchronizes itself, like so, you'll now see that I can look straight at this one and go 8 of 8, 6 of 8. And I don't need the cable running the entire length, it can just be this basic glass cable. And I know at the end of that cable, yep, there's no more channels there, but I've got 2 more here. So that's set up. Next thing we need to do is make a crafting unit, auto crafting unit. So I'm not sure if I've got everything I'm going to need. We're going to need some of these. Alright. Hey. Oh, what else was there? Oh, it was another one of these. Great. Let's see if we've got some. Let's make 8. We're not quite ready for the automation yet, but okay. Oh, it's pulled them out. I'm guessing all my patterns are in the here they are here. Whoopsie. Shouldn't have been able to pull that out, I wouldn't have thought. Should have been Okay, it's locked. Graphic there's a little bit funny. I think I must have unlocked it. Engineering. Logic. Oop. In before it takes it out. Silicon. Right. Okay, so this one here is calculation. I throw these in here. So, and it's getting pulled into the AE system. Throw some redstone in here. Actually, I'm going to need another export. Going to need to export redstone into here. Let's do that. Need another export bus. A little bit derpy this episode, I think. But, you know, I don't know. I guess that's every episode for me. Let's change this one here to be export bus. I'm hoping. Oh yeah, see now that's going to be the problem, isn't it? I need to. Okay, I can fix this. We can take. Let's see. Easiest way of doing this. Oh, that one doesn't have its interface. Whoops. I wonder if I can set it so that. What one's this? Engineering press. Can I make you? Or I'll get a diamond. Let's see what we can do here. Diamond. I go like so. Make it so that you will only pull out this. Is that going to work? Now we're at 8 and 8. Probably going to need another diamond now. Let's just try this out. Troubleshooting. I love it. Hoping that this will make it so that it will still pull it out. Yes. Excellent. I wasn't sure if these were able to pull from any side, which might help us out. But, so we now have redstone being import, so it's at 64. This here, hoping that's not pulling redstone out. If it is, I'll put a capacity card in here and I'll make it so that this will only remove processors. So now that I've got that, I might as well throw that in there. And we'll go back in the system. Alright, so what were we doing? I needed to... Alright. Okay. We were going for crafting units, weren't we? Need one more of them. Oh, that's right, I haven't made it yet. Silly me. What do we got? Printed. Okay, I need to make these up. I might keep one so I can make the pattern. Keep two. Just because. So we're going to need to run, now that there's 8 either side here, we're going to need to run our crafting units somewhere else. And I do want to put it over here, but obviously we're out of channels, so I might run the dense cable down the wall behind it, come back out here. We can run another string either way. I can do. Yeah, let's do that. Got 4. Is that enough? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Maybe that's a between episodes bit, but that's no, we'll kind of, where are we at? I've still got a couple more minutes left. So let's see what we can do. Let's get this working. We need 2 of them. One I'm going to use for, I want to do a 4K craft. So I need one of these. Do I have enough? No, I've got 1. 2 more of these. 1, 2. Yep, excellent. 4K. I need 1 of them. And I want 4K crafting unit. And I want to put a coprocessor in. Actually, no, let's see. I'm going to need 1 of these. I need everything. Everything. Wrong. Oh, that's right, I had no glass, did I? Running a bit low on sand as well. Those 2 running. I'm still. Glass. So, molecular assembler. Go. I'm going to need another interface now. Make that like this. Okay, let's make. Or I need 2 more. Well, okay. 5 cable in here. Nope. So to make the, oh, I did need 1 more. Anyway. Jeez. Need to make some more wool. That's quite easy to do. 1, 2, 3. So each like this hemp you can turn into string, and then use it to turn it into wool. A nice quick way of doing things. Geez, that's filling real quick. Okay, let's see here. I've got 4. How many more did I need? Dense. 1, 2. Let's go with that. And let's just knock out this here. What I've got to be careful of is that connecting. That's not going to be an issue there because it'll just be power. this is the issue here. So we're going to need to make some of the little cable standoff things. Which are these here, the anchors. Make a few of them. And then we will put, I get to there? Yes, I can. Run that down there, here. Gosh. Oh, I mean, the floor's going to go anyway, so let's take the floor out. Put that there and there. Right. So now what we can do is we can run cable this way. And this way. Ah! And we can put these under here. I'll put it straight down pretty much, so that I don't lose too much space here. We can put, you know, obviously you can have 8 along here if you want. So that's one. And then the other thing we will need to do is we'll need to make the flower, so to speak. But I'm just going to put it here at the moment, and this does need power. Let's not put it there. Again, derping. Let's put it, just so I don't have to make another cable. Put him in the floor here. Stuff flying everywhere. So I'm going to put him... This is temporary, guys. I will move it later. But just for purposes of getting some basic automation underway. Right, so it does need power, so generally you'll lose a side. But I end up putting interfaces around each side and then just using the one. I'll put a few speed upgrades in here just to make crafting a little bit quicker. But now we've got crafting storage, and with that I can put into this interface these two patterns so that we can now auto craft what we need here. So let's make, I don't know how much more crushed quartz I've got. Let's get a little bit more. What's really nice is that you can use Magneticraft crusher here to crush it into dust, but you can't crush the fluix. You can crush nether quartz and the regular Certus quartz, but you can't crush fluix, the crystal here, which is a bit annoying, but you know what? Them's the breaks. So I'm going to need a few things here. I need all these, and I need one of them, and what do I need? Gold to clean out my inventory. So what we want, get rid of this. I need a pattern. Can I craft one? Yes. So we're going to set it up with, no, that's not what I want. I want, oops, push this little button here, and I want to say 1 pure Certus equals 1 calculation processor. Save, and then we'll go downstairs. Which one's it's calculation? So then in this interface, drop that in. So we should now be able to make, we go over here, we can now craft printed calculation circuits, assuming we have pure Certus in here. If I now click on this and say next, 1, start, that should head downstairs, fingers crossed, and create the calculation circuit. Awesome. So I'm going to do this with a diamond. Oop, let's go into this one. I'll just quickly do diamond for you, and then I might call this the end of the episode. I think we're getting pretty close. And I will go through in between episodes. Nope, need another pattern. Go in between episodes and make patterns for the logic processor. One for, I guess, silicon, and a few other bits and pieces so I can automate all this up. I'm also going to make patterns for this unit here so that we can do creating the pure Certus, the pure nether, and so on and so forth. So I'll set them up as well. So this one here, engineering. So I know it's a little messy, but should do the job. There you go. So started out I was going to do an episode on making power storage, but that sort of went by the wayside. I've ended up doing AE automation basically. Just in the meantime, I have upgraded these 2 turbines as well. I think I showed you I'd upgraded one here. If I hadn't, I've upgraded one there. So we've now got 3 of the Enderium turbines and 3 of the bronze, and that means that we can now put out 2100 RF a tick. So this is currently generating 210 because it runs. You can see here I've got an alternator running off this system fed into the cable around the back. It's all big one loop. Sorry, it's all one big loop. Words are an issue today. But that just keeps everything powered up. That keeps, all the machines with full power just by having this running as well. And when these are running, it doesn't pull a heap out, but it's being supplemented by both the reaction generator here, the Stirling generator here, and the oil-based generator, which I wonder how we're doing. Okay, so now that we've used all the light, we're gonna hang up on natural gas. So we'll have to work out something else. I think we might be able to run natural gas into here too, which is easy because it's just a case of using this line here. Maybe we can run it over and connect it in the top up here, just to make it even more messy. Alright, we'll call this the end of the episode. Please leave your comments below. I know I made a few issues today, but I think I may have had a message back already from Iskandar saying that he's going to be able to fix it with Mindtweaker. So hopefully the next episode I'll be able to do the battery, and I plan on putting it downstairs somewhere. Maybe clean out that area under here, and we'll put the battery down there, and we can put things like a main power tesseract maybe, so I don't have to run this line. Just run a main. And maybe I'll empty out the wall here or something. I'll work it somewhere on the floor. I don't know. All to be decided. Okay, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next episode. See you later.